Okay. Hello, dear friends. Good morning. Such a beautiful, beautiful morning. Yes, that pair of glasses. And so this is Saturday. Usually, I go to Berkeley on Sundays. And this time it's a Saturday, and I was very happy. I am planning to explore different places, libraries open, and shops, and I feel it's a different energy. So I was driving around, and I bumped into this place. I kind of planned, but I didn't had the courage to walk in. Finally, I said, "This should be, it should be okay to walk into this Berkeley City Club." It's a wonderful, historical and very unique place, and very much worth visiting. And as I was there, I was pushing a door to go to the courtyard, and the door was quite strong. And then there was a gentleman said, "You can just push it strong and you can open it." And so I went outside and sit there, and then I came back in, and this gentleman was chatting with other people, and I walk around, and I thought maybe it's kind of fun to chat with this gentleman. So we started talking, and I got to know that he actually made a cookbook. And he started cooking at 61 years old when he retired, and made a cookbook. And the cookbook is very interesting. I took a look of it. Maybe another time we can talk in more detail about that cookbook. Anyway, beautiful architecture, Moorish design, and it looks otherworldly, and it feels going to a world that is so much in the past and so rich in history, in humanity. It's just so, it makes me so very happy to see the unique design, and meet some new people. And we just chat around. He mentioned that something like people are all the same, no matter what color you are. His parents, which I forgot where we talked about it, and the food, Chinese food, Mediterranean food. His recipe is very much Mediterranean food, and he's from New York. The American food, French food, Japanese food, everything, every food has culture behind it. And when you see it, people, we should respect people because they are the same as you and I and you and he, and we are all the same. There is a humanity in it. I think from that we start to chat about his book, cookbooks, and things. So here's a little bit of his talk, and we were just chatting so I felt it so interesting, and there is something so sparkle. I said, "Can I make a video?" And he said, "Okay, you can do a video." So here is what this gentleman was talking about, Gerard. His name is Gerard. That is so beautiful.
Well,
about the symphony.
Okay, right.
Of
So
the
what
food.
what my spouse John said was a whole meal for someone is a performance, but it's also a symphony, which means that the different portions of the meal, the appetizer or the soup or the palate cleanser or the dessert or the main course or the vegetable, need to work together in harmony. And the dish itself has to have harmony, but the entire meal has to have harmony. So at the end of the experience, you feel more alive, more alert, more sensitive to beauty, more sensitive to love. All of these things have to be created through the one meal that you have.
And the conductor each time have a feeling, and you start, you slow down, you bring up the peak.
So I will explain to you, yanghaiying, when you have a large meal, we used to do 9-course meals, there were 2 cornerstones of the meal, which I learned. One was, this would even apply maybe to Asian cooking. One was the soup that you make. Because the theory of my spouse was that every young person, in most cultures, even China, every young person, when they grew up in their family, had an experience of having soup around the family table. And when you create a soup, even if it's a different flavor soup, it brings people back to the experience of their childhood, the experience of their family, the experience of unity with their loved ones. So that's the first foundation of the meal. The second foundation of the meal, for a larger meal, is what he calls the palate cleanser. And basically that is a Hawaiian shaved ice. But he puts in a little bit of liqueur into each one of the ices. So it could be a grapefruit ice with some liqueur, usually it's a citrus fruit, like you could do pomegranate juice, but you could do orange juice, tangerine juice, and would have, let's say, an orange liqueur in it or something like that. And then it's frozen, and then you scrape off the shaved ice, and then they eat that. And when they have that, despite whatever portions of the meal that they have, they now feel totally refreshed, and they can now finish and let's say eat the dessert.
How beautiful. It's a symphony. Yes.
Exactly.
And each time you have different feeling. The conductor has a different feeling, and you get it. Maybe the same recipe, but totally different.
Well, that's why I'm very proud of the fact that people, I only started cooking when I was 61, so that was maybe a little over 10 years ago, first time I cooked, was people will remember my meals for 9 years later. They'll remember, people remember my spouse's meal 40 years later. They would say, 40 years ago, I had such and such a dish with you. Most people can't remember a restaurant dish that they had a week ago, and yet people will remember them for months and years and decades. That's what a performance should be like. That's what a perfect symphony should be like.
That goes back to your comedian.
Well, that's the
anyway,
point.
You used to be on stage,
right?
So you know how to bring it up, put it down, and
one part of it is, although I'm not a professional in plating, but my ceramics, I use beautiful ceramics to eat on. The Asians are very famous for doing that, of course, that what plates that you have, and for your bowls and your small desserts and your appetizers, your relishes. It's very important to the Asians and the Chinese that those are part of the symphony.
It is.
So if you took an Asian dinner and you put that in American plates, the whole thing wouldn't work. The magic would be gone. The performance would be polluted.
Each culture, with so many years, thousands of years, has a way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It is a language to speak.
Exactly. I totally agree. Yeah, I totally. And because Haiyan, there are only two things in human culture that basically cross-cut all worlds. One is music, and the other one is food. I'd like to say art is maybe a close third, but it doesn't have quite the same effect as either music or food. Food, a beautiful food dish you can serve to anybody, you know. Although today, you have, when I cook a meal, people have their list. I'm gluten-free, I'm vegetarian, I can't eat avocados, and so when I make a meal, I have to get all that information. But basically, I could put it together. Anyway, that's enough of it.
Hello, dear friends. So here I am at home and have this book by this by this gentleman, Gerard Long name, and this is his recipe book. And he said, wait me 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you come, and I will give you my cookbook. And okay, I need to put my hand here, otherwise it's blinkering. So this is a cookbook he made, and there is not a lot of pictures, as he said, and a lot of stories. And here is a kind of what do we say? This is a catalog, kind of a catalog. So appetizer, E is for easy, F is fast, easy and fast, main course and fast, easy and a medium fast, a little bit fast, a little bit. M, slow, medium difficulty, and this is the slow speed. EF with star, super duper fast, easy and fast. Peach, pagan, P, and each of these has not only, it's 300 pages. Salad, rice, and not too much pictures, but each of these is a story. This is the garlic lover's version of garlic bread, the last ingredient. Green garlic is sometimes known as garlic scapes. In March, be aggressive in looking for it in farmer's market or Berkeley bowl. If that ingredient cannot be purchased, use the other 5 garlic ingredients plus the whites of spring onion or scallion. This is one of the few recipes repeated from our earlier cookbook for the Berkeley City Club. If you want to make a very quick garlic bread, use French bread. Brush the halves with a very good quality garlic extra virgin olive oil. Sprinkle some fleur de sel salt. It's a crystal salt, and then bake for 9 minutes. So he wrote it with as he told me that he's a little bit he typed it old styled. Sometimes there is a grammar mistake, there is typo. I did not see any typo, but it's very story-like. It's very just. It's like reading a story. Every once in a while, I'm in the mood for deep fried vegetables, things like that. And it's very inspiring, I feel. First, I got to meet a new friend, and there is something about this human relationship. When you go out to meet something new, to meet someone new, and there is no burden. And that's what I like about making these short-term friends. You do not need to be committed. And it's just a friend, or it's just an acquaintance. And we do need to learn something, to express something. And I just feel there is so much I can learn from others. When you go deep into a dialogue, open up, sit down, open up, have a nice chat. There are gems everywhere. That is what I feel, and that makes my trip so very rewarding. I will look at this book and get myself inspired. This is so good. I need to try all of them. And so cooking tools in one page, story, cooking tool, ingredients in another page, instruction, and then this side is just blah blah blah. You need to put more eggs, you need to put a little bit of water to make it moisturized, or you need to use stronger fire. The story, it's just find it very, very cool. So I think there is only one or two pictures. Godet d'Azur, a French green salad with luscious honey orange dressing. So this is the picture. This is the author, and this one is a chef that is quite well established. I do not know very much, but as far as what I learned, it's just very interesting, fascinating to see something. Yeah. And the paper is plasticized paper, large font, white paper, clear picture, easy to read. And if you get some tomato sauce, chili oil on it, wipe it off, will be good. This is plasticized paper. Everything is just so very well designed and so old style. I like it. I like it. Thank you very, very much. I love you. I really do. Do. And also, he suggested 1,500 films for a world cinema course. These are the films he likes and suggest people to see it. I am not a film person, but yeah, everything put into so much. It's just so interesting to see. Yeah. Barbe Bleue, Facing Crowd, Deutschland, Ice Cold in Alex, Manhunt, Media, Line in Winter. Oh my gosh, almost I don't know anything of this. Madame Rosa Rebenjo. Oh, Umbrella Cherbourg. This is by, yeah, Vertical. This is Hitchcock. I think Vertical is Hitchcock. Might be, yes. Umbrella Cherbourg. This one is Catherine Deneuve. Catherine Deneuve. Destina. Miracle Work, Rebecca. Odette du Nord. That one I did not know. It's fascinating, huh? Prince Ahmed. Yeah. Quite some interesting things when you open up yourself and see the world. Bye bye, friends. I love you. I really do. Do. Go, bye. Bye.